Britten once told his friend Michael Tippett that in another age he might have been a court composer, in the sense that he envied Haydn his job as court composer for the court of Esterhazy, and he knew that he could rise to the particular occasion. It's not something that most composers embrace at all, particularly nowadays, but he could see that he liked the idea of patronage, provided he had a free hand. Of course, we don't have a court composer as such, haven't had for years, but there is the post of the master of the king's music or queen's music, which indeed Britten was offered right at the end of his life, and turned down because by then he was too ill. Britten had, I think, the appetite for writing this sort of music, and he felt that his pacifism and his homosexuality perhaps stood in the way. In his youth, he'd been quite rebellious and quite anti-establishment. Wrote in his diary very rude remarks about the death of King George V and so on. But he then wrote for the coronation, and he developed quite a good relationship with the Queen over many years, which ended at the end of his life with the Queen commissioning a song cycle from him for the Queen Mother's 75th birthday, which came at the time that Britten was seriously ill, and he needed that sort of stimulus to get back to writing. The odd thing is that although Britten said he might have been a court composer in another time, actually Britten did have his own court, and this is what people criticised him for, was that he had a circle of quite close-knit friends, a bit of a clique, which people found themselves admitted to their great delight and then summarily rejected when they went out of favour. And it was a bit like a royal court.